Okay, so I'm very new to this whole concept, but I'm trying to get my head around how Dag Knight differs from, um, how Casper runs right now. And this is the best I can come up with, and hopefully it's remotely right. If not, then never mind. So basically, what happens is as the blocks propagate within Casper, there is uh, the option for blocks to propagate simultaneously or in parallel. And depending on the bound set is how many blocks uh, can be propagated and finalize within a certain amount of time. So let's just say two appeared, two blocks in parallel, and then it was three blocks, and then on the next one you had two blocks again. Now, if the bound was set to um, to realize the time taken for these blocks to actually finalize, um, it takes uh, a cluster of these blocks and works out from that. So this block might be related to this block and then this block, or this one, and this one. But either way, it doesn't matter. That outer bound is what determines the time frame between when these are actually finalized, they are finished with, or what I got confused with, terminated. So basically, with the block DAG as it stands now, the bound is like huge. So you've got 10 seconds. Each node has 10 seconds, or mine has 10 seconds before the block in question is deemed as finished with, done. Capiche? Now, the difference between this and block DAG is that each node has its own bound, or can set its own bound, depending on the latency that it has at any one time. So one node might have three blocks, you know, three blocks that propagate in parallel, whereas another block might have slowed down, so it's only got these two. But it doesn't matter, because somewhere else there is a node with high latency which also incorporated this one. And then I suppose the magic happens between aggregating between all of the nodes to figure out what actually happened in the quickest time. So let's just say I had mine set really high and I managed to get 5 blocks, 6 blocks, and 7 blocks, which I'm not going to draw. Okay, I will. 6 blocks and 7 blocks. Now, somebody else has got this structure, but I've got this structure. But it doesn't matter, because elsewhere somebody else has got, 4, 5, and 3. So basically, although I've managed this subsection, or this amount, somebody else has managed this amount, and somebody else has managed this one. Sooner or later, within a certain amount of time, they will all hopefully speed up. You know, it might not necessarily be the case because internet everywhere might be slow, so everyone only manages this section. But if we're thinking that somebody has got really good latency, somebody else has got even better latency, somebody else has got some kind of problem and they mess up, in the end it will work itself out in the quickest time, because you've got 4 blocks here, 5, and they all go through perfectly. They're all blue, yeah, and they've got connections behind them and connections appearing in front of them. But this block here, let's just say it managed this in 5 seconds rather than the 10 seconds that normally takes. This one here, they've got a bad connection and they only manage this amount in the same time. So let's just say those ones, what have we got? Those ones and those ones equate to these ones. But it's already proven they've gone through. They've gone through. They've gone through 3, and these 2. They've gone through. So it's actually managed to do the finalizing or the termination of the blocks faster than what this one could actually do. Because although this is set to 10 seconds and it managed it in 5 seconds, these ones managed to process more blocks, but they did it and they did it. So in actual fact, this whole sequence went through. This whole sequence here went through quicker than it would have done if it had had a bound of 10 seconds universally and just waited for those 10 seconds to go, if that makes sense. This is unscripted, so I haven't really got a clue what I just said for the last few minutes.